finger guns all up in this house. We're streaming on YouTube too, by the way. If anyone wants to watch on YouTube instead of Twitch, feel free to head on over to YouTube. Otherwise, feel free to stick around. We are streaming the LCP tonight. The LCP. Like usual, I'm doing okay. Just been playing Borderlands, the pre-sequel. Alright, hello. I've just got to make sure that this is working. I forgot to do this. Alright, it's working. Hi! Hey! The lighting's missing in the background. I've got to turn that on. And g'day, and welcome to all the guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I hope you're all having a great, wonderful time zone, and that you are safe and comfortable wherever you are in the world right now. My name is Logan, and I will be your host for as long as you let me. Now, I have something to show y'all. Give me 2 seconds. I reckon if I do this, I have something to show you all. So as you know, I like to do watch parties. And here is the first draft of the watch party pamphlet flyer. Check it out, check it out, check it out. Yeah, so this is our first pass of the brand new sort of flyer pamphlet for the Split 2 watch party. So that will be on Sunday the 8th of June. The games start at 7:30, so it'll be from like kind of 7, and it'll be at the Tessie Pearl. Now, this is the back side of it as well. So this is the FAQ. As you can see, we've leaned pretty heavily into the Lotus theme. We've gone with the pinks and the purples as well, which is really, really nice. And then we've adapted the, so it's very similar. It's very same as the last pamphlet for Split 1. It's just been modified to look appropriate for the new Split. Oh yeah, ads. All right, okay. Well, we'll wait for ads to be done, and then we'll go over it again. We'll wait until Caffeinated gets back from the ad break. Can't wait for next month. What's next month, Raquel? Ooh, what's next month, Raquel? Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. In 50 minutes can equals 1 game. 50 minutes can equals 1 game. What can? What's can? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, Speed Force? What do you mean, Rich? Just waiting for Caffeinated to tell us she's back. My Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy 14 gift bundle. Ooh. I'm back. Can do 1 game. 50 minutes in equals 1 game. Oh, you can do 1 game. Oh, nice. Well, good luck with that. Hopefully you win. No, I don't have time for any games. The LCP is in 10 minutes. I'm back. Okay, yeah, so this is the new pamphlet. This is the new flyer for the Split 2 Grand Final Watch Party that Emily has put together. So Emily is my graphic designer, so to speak. So she's leaned heavily into the Spirit Blossom, the Spirit sort of Bloom, Lotus. Obviously, like, aesthetic, pretty and talented, I see. Right? Pretty fucking special. So this is the front. This is the back, obviously just modified slightly, and then this is like the how to get there kind of map. Yeah, and so we just need to make a couple of small modifications, and we're ready to put this to print and start distributing that. I'll be running it into town where I'll be putting some at Tessie Pearl Hotel. I just got to try and figure out some other places where people go and play League of Legends. I know, well, I assume, I shouldn't say I know, I should say I assume that I wouldn't be able to put this in at Fortress Melbourne because, you know, Tessie's and Fortress are kind of in competition with one another, especially when it comes to these watch parties, because Fortress holds watch parties as well. So yeah, it looks good. I can't wait to get these done and out. Is Tessie a gaming bar? So Tessie Pearl Hotel, let me 1 second. So Tessie Pearl Hotel is kind of like, it's kind of like a bar, if you will. It's like got an outdoor area, it's got an indoor area, it's got a couple of pool tables. It's got like a big projector at one end, which is like a massive whole wall projector screen. And then at the other end, it's got like a couple of TVs, and they broadcast on all of that. And there's a bar in the middle, and they broadcast whatever. But they tend to have a lot of esports, because there used to be a bar in Melbourne called GG Easy Bar. And GG Easy Bar, rest in peace, unfortunately had to close down for basically COVID reasons. And so Tessie Pearl Hotel has kind of become the spiritual successor, if you will. I remember the bar, yeah. You probably would have gone to the GG Easy Bar when you came to Melbourne. It's an institution. It's a flat out institution, you know? But yeah, tonight we will be co-streaming the LCP. It's going to be GAM. I say GAM, but it's going to be GAM versus Chiefs, and it's all kicking off in under 10 minutes. So if we have a squiz here, I'll show you. There we go. It's going to be kicking off in 6.5 minutes. Jim, like, I'm still hopeful about the Chiefs, one series. Oh, 100%, 100%. As soon as you said I'm still hopeful, I'm like, you mean the Chiefs, don't you? T1's looking good. T1's on the up. I did watch tonight. It wasn't surprising that T1 won. Like, T1 was supposed to win tonight. I think I'm actually happier that T1... I'm happy that T1 won. But I was also, I'm not gonna lie, kind of expecting T1 to drop a game because they have been in poor form of late. So I'm pleasantly surprised that T1 won convincingly. Pikes on his Bucks. Oh, so no stream from him. I was gonna do it as a joke, but I didn't want to put proper clothes on. You're probably just at home, fucking giga mega chillin', comfy vibes only. And you're like, yep, still lots of mid-game problems though. Oh, 100%. 100%. I don't think T1 is what it used to be. No, I don't think T1 is what it used to be. Unfortunately, I think there is a lot of internal team tension now, especially with the whole Smash Guma dynamic. And I know that Joe stepped in and said Guma will be the starting AD, but even though So Joe Marsh said, I trust our coaching team, aka Coma. And then in the very next paragraph says, I have instructed them to start Guma as AD, like our starting AD will be Guma. And I'm like, so do you trust the team or not? And like, Faker is stable, but he just doesn't seem, and God forbid I say this, Faker seems stable, but he doesn't seem exceptional. And I say that acknowledging he just got his second professional pentakill 2 days ago, right? Like on Ari, he got a pentakill. I think it was his second one in 10 years or something. Like, I get it. Faker is good and stable in the mid lane. You can trust him to not fall over, not be pushed over. But I feel like we need the likes of Chovy and Hong Q, who they're like the big playmakers now. Like, they're coming up, they're hard carrying teams, And I say that with all respect to the rest of the players on that team, right? He's been playing so long, I feel like everyone knows how to play around him more. Yeah, he's like the most known quantity in the LCK. Carrier is my baby boy. I love him. Carrier is precious. We love Carrier. It's like Baus was saying, right? So I don't just watch the LCP, LCK, LPL, LCS, LTA, right? LCS used to be, it's now the LTA and the LEC, right? So the 5 major regions: LCP, LCK, LPL, LEC, LTA. They're the 5 major regions. LTA can be broken down into LTA North, LTA South, but they're the 5 major regions. I don't just watch the 5 major regions, I also watch some of the tier 2 regions. So like, I watch the NACL, I watch the LEC tier 2, which I think is the NLCs. And the point I'm making here is that Baus actually said something recently that was like, people are like, Baus, why don't you play the meta champs? And he goes, because I've been a Scion one trick for so many years that if I try and change to meta champions, I'm stepping into a world where these people have years and years of experience ahead of me. Like, they know these champions more intimately, a lot better than I do. Like, I'll be putting myself at a disadvantage if I play meta champions. I'm better off playing non-meta because they don't play non-meta, so they don't know the champs I have. You know, he'd be giving up his advantage by playing meta instead of continuing to focus on his non-meta. And Faker is meta. Faker is the meta, right? Everyone knows Faker. Everyone knows how to play against Faker. Everyone has played with, for, against Faker, right? He's the most known quantity in the LCK, in League of Legends. And so it makes sense to be your own player and be good at your own things rather than try and be good at what he is and does, you know? The studio is way smaller than I thought it was. Yeah, it is a bit small. The coaches' rooms feel really, really small as well. But it is nice to get that insight, is to be shown how the studio came together, all that sort of stuff. What's Fortress broadcasting tonight? Oh, is that? Oh, it's Rocket League. The Chiefs are in Rocket League as well. Let's see if we've got anything here. So that should be broadcasting our updated. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. That is Showmaker. Yeah, Bio's back in. I'm very, very happy with that. I think Zoranus needs more practice, more time before being thrown to the wolves. Zoranus was a fantastic top laner in the LCO, but this isn't the LCO anymore. Like, this is literally the big boys, so to speak. This is the LCP. We're a tier 1 region. We're competing directly against the PCS, the VCS, the LJL, right? And we never performed well against them. And I say never as a generalization. We did not perform well against them at all. And so now we're practicing against them every single week. And again, I'm not trying to throw shade on Zoranus. I just think Zoranus needs more scrims. I think Zoranus needs more practice before throwing into the wolves like we did. I think like week 1? Was it week 1? I think it was, where Zoranus was like in 2 or 3 of the games. And it was just like, yeah. But Biopanther's had like a lot of experience. Like, he has a very, very lengthy time of experience, and he has like a really solid champ pool that he's very, very well practiced on. All right, let's switch it over. Let's see what's going on here. I love the music. It's really evocative and helps like immerse you in it. I'm so goddamn happy the LCP that we have an Oceanic team in the LCP. that like we're finally in that sort of tier 1 environment, that we have like this, we're a part of these like professional productions, like Riot supported, Riot backed professional productions. It just looks so good, and it feels so nice to be a part of it and involved with it, you know what I mean?
将会由 GAM 对上 Chief 来迎接这一场，到底 Chief 能不能拿下他们的首胜呢？
Okay, so we're going to turn that off. I'm just switching audio sources as we're transitioning around because we've got...
Yeah, I mean, one of the most devastating losses that the Vikings have suffered all year, and the only team other than the Chiefs to hand them a loss like that is CFO, which is the crazy thing. Even the game they lost in playoffs to TLN wasn't that brutally one-sided. So, I mean, look, the pieces are clearly there for the Chiefs.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, tonight I will be your host, Vestian. Alongside me, it is Blue Panda once more. But
Levi.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting night. And the reason I say that
GAM is like my second favorite team in the LCP.
The same thing happened against
GAM is the team that I really loved seeing in Worlds.
That they got these dominating wins, these really successful runs. I do not believe this team is getting that ever again this split. I think it's too much of a volatility. You don't want this team that's currently sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard to pick up wins against you.
Yeah, and the other thing is series fatigue. Phenomenal game 1. The drop-off between games 1 and game 2 is just... there is no way to describe it. It is that severe at this level of competition. So, look, I have to say, things have dramatically improved from Split 1, but that is the biggest weakness that this team needs to overcome, is the difference between games 1 and 2 for them in the series.
Yeah, absolutely. As players now on the stage, here come the two coaches, Archie and Poltron. Coming out, both looking dapper and both
I love how the coaches are all like suited up. It's like completely different
now, I do believe I did see Biopanther again. I might be wrong,
to the rest of the team. And that's cool. We've got an on-floor host as well.
Again, it's going to be those 1v1s.
Like, this split is, in my opinion, so much better than Split 1 from a viewing experience, from an I'm a fan of Chiefs experience.
After they got their loss and their win. So it seems like the teams usually they're going up against are wanting blue and they are preferring the red side. So the 1v1 seeming less consequential for them than other teams, perhaps.
But yeah, again, we see this trend of teams on the lower end of the leaderboard winning these 1v1s out of nowhere, and then the side selection doesn't really matter because the team that they're versing is better than them. And so it does skew.
You know what's really funny that they're saying that? Is that we had that LCP roundtable 2 weeks ago where Why Not brought that up, actually.
Yeah, Brandon Brown going to be taken to the Howling Abyss up against...
Why Not brought that up, that, yeah, we win all the 1v1s because the better teams take worse picks because we're worse teams, so side selection doesn't matter. We're not seeing their best because they're more than happy to lose side selection against us and not risk their best chance.
I just can't understand it.
No.
One of these days, one of us will speak Vietnamese.
Potentially. It's a lot of work.
It's a big undertaking.
I struggle with English. So
it'd be nice if we had a translator supporting Vestian and Blue Panda like they do in the LCK. In LCK, the boys don't understand Korean, but their producer, who is Korean but also English, tells them what the signs say so that then they can acknowledge the signs and like talk about them and be like, yeah, this is what that sign says.
Yeah, there have been moments where it's a bit shaky, right? I believe it was against Team Secret Wales, if I'm not mistaken, where game number 3, realistically, they should have lost. It came down to a sapling steal on a dragon from...
That sapling steal was insane. Insane.
Unfortunately, it lost Evie that game, but maybe it's a different factor for Bio. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this should be a pretty decent matchup as long as the team is able to create the distance. If, you know, Darius doesn't get that slow with his W because of the Teemo blind, you can find yourself in
if he doesn't get the upper hand off. Oh, look, there we go. That's what you want to see in the crowd. Oh, okay.
Is that Teemo? Teemo versus Darius?
And one thing I have noticed is that those two players in particular, even across every team, have a lot of...
Is Bio even taking this seriously?
They are, and Ahusha especially, I think ultimately for the side of the Chiefs has been their best player. And
excuse me, Teemo, they're in it for the lols? Absolutely, they're in it for the lols. Like, that's so good. He's picked fucking... Are they all laughing too because he's picked Teemo? Like,
in the post-game.
just in it for a laugh. I think that's so good. Hey, Koala, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
What Husha does is pretty darn close to art when it comes to the Rift. The guy is just, he's a wizard. He's just drawing all over that place. He's got everything locked down. He is probably one of the most, I suppose ballsy would be the best word to describe him, junglers in the competition at the moment. There you go, on to the abyss. And all of a sudden Artemis has changed his mind immediately.
Yeah. Going for a bit of magic resist. He's got just the 2 regular potions.
Now I want to do ARAMs. I've been playing a lot of ARAMs because I'm trying to protect my rank. I hit silver, by the way. Caffeinated, I hit silver. I'm alive and vibing. That's all anyone can ask for.
Airy, which will give you that consistent poke damage, or even the phase rush, which just lets you consistently clear the distance from the Darius, which is less important if this ends up going to sudden death and that circle does approach.
Well, it's pretty easy to proc the electrocute with the Teemo. You just Q auto attack with the passive, it should proc it. So I can understand it. He wants to be a bit of a lane bully, which, I mean, to be fair, Teemo, when he's doing well, is when he's not, he's essentially a giant plushie.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage here.
Oh.
The blind, the ghost now gone from Darius.
Yeah, getting hooked by Darius was really bad.
Onto himself.
I'm genuinely surprised Bio got hit by that.
And no potions either.
Yeah, that is the ghost down now, so that's a lot of the threat gone from the Darius ultimately.
Yeah, unfortunately Teemo doesn't have a slow until 6, so it is going to have to be a case of Bio needs to be careful, because theoretically Artemis could wrap in and try and go for the pinch, but I mean Flash is going to deny that, but as soon as that Flash is burnt, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Does have the W up, so no.
The apprehend lands, that might be it for Bio. Gets the proc off, Artemis just biding time, and we'll find that
Artemis was being so cheeky.
That might very rarely just be all she wrote for this one.
Yeah, but certainly. This is plushy Teemo territory right now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the refillable down now though, so he's back in with a grin, I think.
Oh my god.
Grinning. He is certainly, he kind of expected this to be the case as soon as he realized that he was versing a Darius, but yeah, there are not really that many matchups where Teemo's...
Look at them, they're having a great time. They're all having laughs and giggles.
There are definitely avenues.
Let's have a better look at this.
The worst of the melee matchups for a Teemo.
Yeah, I think funnily enough, we saw...
There we go, that's better. That's better.
Would have helped a lot in both those trades. While not something you typically associate with Teemo, I think in the 1v1 it actually adds a lot of power.
It almost might have been better for him to go lethal tempo or something, just go full attack speed. Realistically, there was no good answer, I think, in this situation. As soon as he got caught, he kind of needed to burn the flash so that he doesn't lose as much HP as he does. But he didn't. He saved. He still got it. So theoretically, he's a little bit better off.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately for him, Artemis...
Alright, level 6. Mushrooms are going to be everywhere.
He has that sort of defensive ability and you know, running over those slows and disallowing Artemis from just sprinting on him. This big minion wave also will disallow that, but Hex... Drinker, rather.
Hex Drinker's a good call, actually, from Darius.
The dreams that Biopanther had of taking down this Darius is very quickly fading.
This genuinely might be a just sit in the bush angle until the zone comes in. Hope that you can stack up enough shrooms in the bush. Yeah, okay, Bio's in trouble. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah.
No, Bio, yeah. Artemis, literally, just walked around behind him. Like, literally walked behind him and then came out and was like, alright, cool.
Yeah, look, that was always going to be a bit rough, I feel.
That was very rough.
Has his matchups where it succeeds, and it's matchups where it just gets absolutely rickrolled, and that one was definitely Rick Astley going to work.
Very clearly is GAM time, as GAM will select the blue side of the map. Chiefs are going to be happy with that. They've been selecting red side as is anyway, but still a big leg up for GAM as they get their preferred side of the map and take the momentum. I didn't see any paper scissors rock coming out, so they're just 1-0 up.
Yeah, no, I think unfortunately it was always going to be the case, even in paper scissors rock. Levi's already got his one so far in the last couple of weeks. Do you really want to take that challenge?
Yeah, it's a bit daunting to possibly go down 2-0 before the series.
My favorite part, like almost my favorite part, is picks and bans. Like just straight up picks and bans. I love it.
Just Vietnamese League of Legends and global League of Legends. cannot be understated. This guy is an amazing player. He saved them against Team Secret Wales. He consistently is the guy on the team that if they're falling behind, you can rely on him to find avenues back in, while Husha, for the Chiefs, has consistently been the one to find them those.
Yeah, Husha is such a great addition for the Chiefs this season.
His early game and continuing the game one against Talon, where it was a very close affair. Husha was very far ahead of Castle the entirety of that game. So really, if you are the Chiefs, you're looking to back up Husha on whatever play he's wanting to make, because you can be almost
just follow Husha around the rift. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, going into this, Chiefs were always under the pump. They were going to be under the pump every single game, bar the DFM, potentially the SHG one, which we'll have to see going into the final play day. But yeah, look, going into it, I mean, to be fair, the red side has been their most successful side, so this may not be as big a deficit as we thought.
So what do we got? Tomorrow is Vikings versus Team Secret Wales and DFM versus CFO. Next weekend, we've got 3 nights of games on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
You have to imagine that on the red side, first and second pick, they are just going to slam it, because it's been by far their most successful duo. I believe that Jimmian and Husha play.
It's amazing how quick the splits go.
That Ari provides. Anytime there's a mobile mage against them, they've been punishing it. And in split 1, you weren't seeing those angles between Mira and Jimmian. This time with Husha, they get the flash out mid lane. They then gank him another 3 times, and most of the time pick up a kill on the back end of it, snowball the game from there. So we'll see what they're able to do here. I think as well, it has to be stated that that being their general win condition going forward.
People are picks and bans.
GAM, where Ares has been a little bit quiet here.
Alright, so picks and bans is like hands down one of my favorite things that I definitely like to commentate myself on. So if we're having a look at this, right, we've already got some very meta bans. We've got Xin Zhao, Sion, and Shen. Shen is such an unusual ban. Maybe that's GAM respecting Bio, but Bio doesn't usually play Shen, so that seems like an out-of-pocket ban, that one. Vi, very standard ban. Seeing the Rumble Jace as well, which is interesting, right, because Bio, as the top laner, I feel he's played Jace before. I don't think he's played too much Rumble. I don't have the stats on hand right now. But GAM have already shown like a flex pick here with Nico, because Nico can be a mid or support. In Pro League, Nico is generally more of a mid laner. Obviously low elo, you see Nico more as support, sometimes mid laner. So that'll be interesting, because that can be a flex pick. We've already got an AD Callista, which is like, I think this is maybe the first time I haven't seen Callista banned away. And then we've got Nocturne Jungle. So they've got a very, very sort of dive comp so far. Very, very mobile Callista, really hard to pin down. Nocturne is obviously just dive incarnate. And Nico for the Root Pop Blossom combo. What more do you need to know? And then Chiefs so far have first pick Varus, which is, we've basically got the 2 strongest ADs unless something serious has changed. There's been no AD bans, so yeah, we've got Callista and Varus on the Rift, which is highly unusual. Normally teams ban these out in the first round of bans and they never see the Rift. We've got Nefiri. Now the new rework Nefiri, in case you haven't seen, is very, very strong. I believe it's the W that makes Nefiri untargetable. That just feels extremely oppressive to play against. Like, you can't hurt Nefiri, you can't run away from Nefiri, because like Nefiri is able to avoid so much being untargetable for quite a long time. And into a classic mid laner, which is doubtlessly Jimmian's pick here in Ari. So I'm really looking forward. I'm a big fan of Ari's, you know, AP champ into AP champ being Nico, assuming that's not flexed to support but stays as mid. As we move to more bans, GAM has picked Rakan. So they're thinking that Rakan might have paired with Varus, which is not the worst choice, but I feel like Varus stands to gain more from, I want to say like, and this is my own personal bias, is like Leona, right? Because I'm a big Leona fan. But also the Rel. And the Rel is an excellent ban. I personally think Rel combined with Varus is very good, because Rel, you know, the crash down, the stun into the Magnet Storm, it's like, it's a significant period of CC to come out of one support champion, which is just crazy wild. But the Chiefs have responded with Talia Annie. which is interesting because Annie is very, very much a mid laner and a mid laner only. So it feels like they were trying to remove the ability for GAM to flex their Nico around as they saw fit. And yeah, as you see, the Chiefs pick Nautilus. So, you know, Nautilus Leona, it's almost the same champion, you know. But I'm very, very excited to see Nautilus. I love Nautilus. I'm a big fan of Nautilus myself. Rise has stayed in priority. So Rise came up in priority big time last patch. And as you can see, Rise is still high priority for teams. Which begs the question though, where will Rise go? Because there's no obvious top laner yet here for GAM. Gwen. So Gwen will be top. GAM draft is so scary. Yeah, I actually genuinely think GAM's draft is pretty intimidating. But it'll be interesting to see what goes where, because Gwen will go top, Kalista is bottom, Nocturne is jungle. So that will mean Nico support, Rise mid laner. Yeah, there we go. Bio with the Jax top. Let's go. So Jax into Gwen. That'll be an interesting matchup as well. I love Nico. So I've been playing, I've been fucking around trying to learn more support champs. And Cutie, I genuinely love Nico as a champion when you're able to pull off those, pardon me, when you're able to pull off the whole clone into a minion and walk up with the minion wave, and then you're literally point blank, you get your what is it, QE combo off and then Pop Blossom. It's like, yep. Have fun with that, motherfucker. Yeah, Nico is super fun. Yeah, I've really been enjoying playing Nico. Yeah, she's literally just super fun. There was a spot when she was a great jungler, then they nerfed her. I frankly think she should not be a good jungler. And I say that because whenever Nico, so she'll Hextech Belt, Root, Q, Pop Blossom, and then you're dead. No, it's it'd be one of the easiest ganks in the world. It's almost like Fiddlesticks, who's risen in priority and low elo as well, ganks, where Fiddlesticks just flashes over the wall with the ult and everyone's like, oh Jesus Christ, we're dead. As we come onto the rift for game 1 of week 4, day 1, GAM versus the Chiefs. Now, I'm a big Chiefs fan, but I fully expect GAM to take this 2-0. As we've got Violet and Luon posturing around the mid with Jimmy and Ares dancing around one another. Now, the classic discussion here is, will Rise outscale Ahri? And 9 times out of 10, the answer to that is, oh, getting the flash out of the Nico early. Okay, not bad. That was a good hook. And all for a Nautilus Q. A Nautilus Q gets the flash out of the Nico. That's such a good start for the Chiefs there. As Ares lands a skill shot on Jimmy and gets some slow, gets a little bit of early poke. I have that skin as well. That's the Faker Hall of, what was it called? The Hall of Fame, I think it is, skin. That's the tier 1. There is 2 tiers of it. You could get the tier 1 skin on the low and middle pack, but the tier 2 skin only came in the top pack, which was 500 Australian dollars. So I could not and did not want to afford that, as there's some light trading occurring in the bot lane, which we expect. We're starting to see some trading in top lane, which will always be the way. They always say top lane is an island, as Kiaya is spacing Bio very well, not letting Bio trade back, even though they're both Malay champions. Early CS, there's nothing in it. No one's really out CSing anyone heavily, though there does seem to be some trading going on in the mid lane, as Ares has forced Jimmy in to use a pot, whereas Ares is quite healthy themselves, trading aggressively into Jimmy. And now our junglers are rotating around. We do have Husha in red side jungle, red side jungle, is that what they call it? Looks to be pathing down, could potentially go for a bot side gank. However, Levi is also pathing down. So it would end up being like a 3-on-3 if some ganks were to occur there. But Husha is, yeah, actually playing this quite smart to get behind them. Levi is in the area, but Nocturne early game, not that scary. The moment Nocturne hits 6, though, it gets really scary. As Husha is exercising some excellent patience. The hook onto the Nico that they know they had the flash. Clean. Clean. Ah, beautiful. Luon. The patience from Husha. The hook from Luon. And it was all set up from that early hook, forcing the flash out of Nico when they were all posturing around mid lane. Very nice. You love to see it. This is the energy we need the Chiefs to have. However, unfortunately, Luon got the kill. So we would much rather see that gold on either the Varus or the Nefiri. Luon getting that kill is the worst possible result out of all of that. But it's good that we got the kill. As Husha being very, very proactive, coming to the top lane already, as Bio is hard shoved under turrets. I think Kiaya would have seen Husha there, so Husha is in retreat, but Levi is just around the corner. Husha is going to be smart with it, uses the dash that is built into Nefiri's toolkit to get over that wall and get back to safety. This is a dicey TP? No, okay, I was going to say Kiaya here can actually very quickly put a stop to that. Almost worth taking a turret shot for just to make sure that it delays Bio's back. I'm very, very happy with the start. I'm very, very happy that the Chiefs have already got a kill. As Luon unsighted in those bushes, just holding down the fort, you know, as we've got some roaming. According to the map, we've got 3 rises on the map. One being a Nico clone, one being a Nico, and one being the real rise. Kiaya almost perfectly avoided that Bio stun there. Nice. Bio getting some strong trading on Kiaya. You like to see it. The thing is, the Chiefs, I think, individually, so like on a micro level scale, instead of a macro scale on a micro scale, so individual player on player, I feel like the Chiefs actually do stand up, right? Like, I personally feel that, like, technically they're as good as their opponents. It just seems from my, and I'm going to say non-professional opinion, because I'm not a professional league player. I'm silver ranked support. But from my opinion, it feels like when it comes together around team fights, I feel like team fights is where we sort of fall apart, if that makes sense. Like, we rarely win our team fights. I agree, Violet is amazing. Yeah, definitely. I think Violet's really good, Husha's really good, Bio is good, Jimmy in so far has been good. Luon in Split 1 was absolute, and I'll say it, was absolute garbage. Luon in Split 2 is a completely different, Luon in Split 2, completely different animal. And I'm stoked. I am stoked. There's some posturing around bot lane. I think because both junglers know both junglers are on bot side, that we're just doing the... Oh, it gets the flash again! Luon with the naught Qs, getting the flashes out of this Elio, this Nico. Doing amazingly. Oh, lands the passive and the E. There's a fight breaks out, gets the flash out of Luon. Luon's gonna go down here. Unfortunately, Chiefs kind of leave him high and dry as 4 of GAM collapse. That was a really good rotation from GAM here, especially as Levi gets the ult and pulls the trigger on the ult too for the darkness. To be controversial, but I think Violet coming in was the best decision they made. Not that Lemus wasn't good, but I think he had lost the spirit. Lemus felt distracted. It felt like Lemus wasn't in it. He wasn't in it to win it, if that makes sense. Something, as we get a replay on this bot lane fight here, it's an extended trade. Husha keeps looking for more. Luon gets the Q. as Levi gets the ult, gets the flash out of Husha, gets the flash out of Luon. 4 GAM are there. The deal is done. Unfortunately, Luon without the ult, that probably would have made the difference there for Luon. Hey, Elliot! I liked your content from the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal in Melbourne. It looks so high quality and smooth. As Ares and Elio try to play the game of patience around the grubs as the grubs spawn, again, GAM are first to this objective and with numbers. They have 2 already working on the grubs with 2 ready to rotate at a moment's notice. As Husha tries to get in here, I think GAM really don't want to let Chiefs get any of these grubs, which is, yeah, GAM get all 3, which is kind of devastating for us. We were too slow to rotate. We didn't want to fight grubs. I don't know what we were doing there. We just were caught sleeping on the grubs. And grubs are even more important now. Yeah, they absolutely are. So for those of you who aren't aware, 25.08 was very much the normal grubs that you're familiar with. 2 sets of grubs with 3 and 3 at 6-minute and I think 10-minute timing. Now there's only 1 set of 3 grubs at 8-minute timing. And I think you only need to get 2 grubs out of the 3 to get the feat of warfare, but 2 grubs is worth what 4 used to be, and 3 grubs is worth what 6 used to be. And the macro level result of reducing the amount of grubs and delaying the grubs is that now bot lane rotates to top a lot later, if they ever do at all. So as you can see here, Artemis and Elio, they went mid to be able to rotate to the grubs around the grub timing and then went straight back to bot. Whereas in most previous LCK pro games, or most pro games, there'd be approximately 4-minute, as a solo bolo just happens in the mid. Jimmy as Levi looks to punish, but Ari still has the R, gets the charm onto Levi as well. What was that, Jimmy? Nearly gets a kill onto Levi too. I look forward to the replay here. But yeah, the macro changes as we jump into the replay. Jimmy just catches a sleeping Ares. No, Ares knows what's coming up. Jimmy just doing the dance, clearing gets the charm. That's all it was. The electric Q proc, the charm, the Q, the E, the R forward finishes Ares off. Really, really good. Damn, that was out of nowhere. It was. It felt like that wasn't going to be a thing, but it just happened. As we go back to the discussion around grubs, with the grubs being at the 6 and 10 minute mark, basically you would find bot lane rotating to top around the 5-minute mark to prepare for the grubs, to put the numbers in place to have that fight. So it was definitely more of an explosive kind of fighting game with early grubs. But unfortunately, it sort of ruined the traditional league experience where your 2v2 was in bot lane and your solo laners stayed in their respective lanes. And that's kind of what's happening with the new grubs. It's kind of like re-establishing, normalizing that traditional league experience. That was out of nowhere. It really was. That was just explosive. Like, I thought Jimmy might have caught Ares as Ares was like TPing and not looking at their keyboard or sorry, their screen. As Levi on the Nocturne rotating up, skirting that vision exceptionally and just straight exposes himself as Rise TP's top as they go for the 3-man gank on the Bio. Bio respects it and flashes out of there because Kiara gets too aggressive. We are going to trade this across the map though as Husha and Luon are down in the Drake. So it's going to be Drake for turret plates on top side as we see Ares return to mid having used his ult and we get a Drake. So that's a good macro crossplay. Unfortunately, GAM are really doing a lot of work on this turret. They just got a lot of gold from the turret plates and they're going to secure themselves the first turret feat of warfare there. That's okay. Chiefs are still in this. They only need 1 more kill to secure one of the feats for themselves and then they'll be equal on the jungle objectives too. As we see kind of a scuffle breakout in bot lane, Hoosh is easily able to get over the wall and out of the way of Artemis and Elio. The pro level map awareness is crazy. Crazy, dude. It's like so much going on all the time. As they look to be trying to catching the Chiefs out here, Violet too quick with it. Luon and Violet respecting the fact that this could be happening and getting out of the way. Please don't get caught, Luon. Oh, the cheek of it. The cheek. Jimmy has rotated actually, so mid's rotated to bot, and it looks like bot's gonna rotate to mid. I think I had a heart attack right there. I was screaming. I was like, no, don't do it, don't do it. As we have a look at the gold difference, unfortunately, while Chiefs are up in kills and we have a Drake and they have grubs, a lot of the gold diff will be coming from GAM getting that first turret as well. They are up by about 1.5, 1.6k gold, which in 12 to 13 minutes, I mean, not too bad, but if in 20 minutes it's 2,000 and at 30 minutes it's at 3,000, not the biggest gold difference, but it's still a positive gold diff over to the enemy team, and that's not what you want. Ares deftly sidesteps Jimmy's expected charm. That's one thing that I really enjoy about playing League myself, is that the more you play, the more you start to sort of learn your opponent's timing and positioning of skills. Like you become better at predicting them. As we start to see Jimmy rotating around to mid, there's no objectives up for another minute, which will be the Rift Herald, as indicated at the top left of the screen with the counting down seconds there. So right now, it's kind of stable lanes as we see maybe a scuffle breaking out in mid lane with 3-on-3 in the area. Levi trying to get something down on the Husha. Husha is poking around at 3 on his own, but really fancy footwork there to be able to avoid pretty much everything that GAM was putting down towards Husha. As Ares is retreating in the face of Jimmy, and there's a top lane brouhaha breaking out with Bio on the Kiaya. Bio defends his turret, forces Kiaya away. One thing I've noticed about a lot of pro play is that they all have ways of getting around terrain very quickly, very easily. Getting around terrain, getting over terrain, getting through terrain. Very quickly, very easily. Thank you very much for the follow, Turbo. Hope you're doing well. And that's something that I'm trying to pick up on as well. So for example, like Leona, while Leona herself doesn't have any abilities to get through walls, she does have her Zenith Blade, which if she hits an enemy, will drag her through the wall. So I really do like that. Whereas Nautilus, unfortunately can't go through walls, but Nautilus's R can. As we see, Elio Pop Blossoms nothing and no one. That is a Nico whiff and a half as Luon gets a Q off, and Artemis saves Elio right there. So Chiefs are posturing around. I hope we kind of get a replay of that as the Chiefs manage to actually keep GAM away from getting that Rift Herald Eye. It disappears into nothingness. I think Chiefs might have stuck around a little too long here though, as Luon is still getting poked. As Violet hurts Artemis. Woo! That was a really good Q poke there. I'd love to see a replay of that fight around Drake Pit actually, because it wasn't too much of a fight. It was more of a posturing around one another. And Chiefs at the right time forced GAM away from the Rift Herald, preventing them from getting the eye. So that was a good job by the Chiefs to stop that. However, GAM still do get that sort of one check mark towards the overall goals for the Feat of Warfare. So that puts them in a nice spot to get that little boot upgrade. Unfortunately, if we do look at the gold difference, most of the gold difference for GAM sits on the Gwen in top lane, who is 20 CS ahead of the Jax, which would indicate to me that Jax into Gwen is not the best choice, as GAM just get a free Drake here and keep marching forward. That also secures them the Feat of Warfare, so now GAM will have those upgraded boots. Whoa. Had to have a sip of water. We just got some casual gaming. Get some crabs there in river. Levi sweeping wards out in mid. Bio is backing in the top lane. There's 3 chiefs in the middle. GAM are kind of spread everywhere at the moment, with Nico posing as Rise, as Jimmy has rotated bot. It's been a very, very low kill game right now. As you can see, we're 18 minutes in, only 3 kills, 2 of them over to Chiefs. So I feel like even if we were to get down to like fighting, it feels like GAM has decided the best way to beat us. Well, you're right, yeah. It's been 18.5 minutes with 3 kills. It almost feels like GAM has decided the best way to beat us is to just slowly bleed us out. As Husha is spotted out on the ward, Kiaya is able to react to that, which is kind of odd because there's 4 chiefs in the top area and only 1 GAM. So Bio is going to walk, yep, Bio walks into the top lane, gets jumped by Levi, does his absolute best to try and prevent that damage, live as long as he can, and just goes down. Levi killed Bio, like, in the blink of an eye, basically, unfortunately. Bio just gets, yeah, destroyed there. It definitely feels like, right now, it's a macro difference. It feels like GAM are applying pressure to the map, and Chiefs are responding. GAM are proactive, Chiefs are reactive. Who's your money on? So my heart says the Chiefs, my head says GAM. Chiefs are literally 8th in the standings, and unfortunately they have earned their position in 8th. They aren't performing very well. And GAM, I think they're 2nd or 3rd. Let me just check the ranking listings real quick here. Yeah, they're 2nd or 3rd. Only behind CFO. We love an underdog, we do. Well, we also love the Chiefs because they are our Australian team. So my heart is Chiefs, 110%. Like, I would love for the Chiefs to win, but my head is this is a GAM game. Like, GAM are going to win this 2-0. They're going to win the series. So Atakan is up because 20 minutes. As there's a ward on Nico's clone, but not actually Nico. So I think they were aware of that. As Husha's looking for something onto Ares as we're clearing wards around Baron Pit, which seems unusual because Baron's not up for another 4 and a bit minutes at the moment. It feels like Chiefs don't know what to do right now. Chiefs just seem to be defend turrets, whereas GAM are like, let's get this objective and sweep through here and get a kill if we can, like get a pick. As Husha, Luon, and Jimmy are on to Levi, Levi flashes away, unfortunately resulting in nothing for the Chiefs. It was a good idea, but the execution sadly left to be lacking. It got the flash of Levi, which is always a good thing. Hopefully that can deter or slow Levi from some of his ganks, making him more vulnerable. We've got Jimmy in the top lane trading with at least 1 here. Yeah, hope you're doing well, Elliot. Always a pleasure to see you. I found a new, well, Emily and I actually found a new LGS. Oh, as GAM start up Atakan, actually. So Chiefs don't even know about this because they actually have no vision here. Jimmy and spies it. Jimmy and suspects something's going on and goes in for a little bit of a poke. Some of the Chiefs are reacting, but GAM is sending a TP. It's a late TP for more insurance than anything, I suppose. Husha is rotating down to mid. See, this is, I think, part of the problem. So normally when you realize that your opponents are doing one objective, you should either already be positioned to do another one or race to do another objective, like ASAP. So while that Atakan was happening, and I would need to check the timings, they should have already been on the Drake or at the Drake ready to do the Drake. So that it's less punishing, right? So GAM have all of the tempo right now. GAM are the ones who can definitely easily go and do objectives and not get punished for it, as GAM just hard force, hard dive Violet down under the mid turret. You know, Violet respected the Levi dive, flashed away, Kiaya goes in. I feel like that was Callista going in as well, like Artemis. And Violet could do nothing against that. Like, I don't know what more you could expect. As we get to see it again, you know, Violet even has QSS. You know, respects the Levi, flashes out. Nico, sorry, jumps in, gets the root, and then Kiaya. Okay, so I got that completely wrong. Yeah, there's not too much you can do there. Jimmyan goes forward, tries to make a play, gets onto the clone. Husha onto the clone as well. Elio with the ult. Luon finishes with the hook. But all of that for a support kind of seems to be a little too much. The four of us are in bot lane right now as GAM have pressure in top. The mid is being met by Violet, so that's fine, as a TP is going to put them back on top lane. So fortunately, that was a good move that kind of stole a little bit of tempo from GAM. They weren't able to get away with like a top lane and a mid lane for free, while we dove and got a kill and a turret on bot side. So that's good. A little bit of tempo robbed, but right now, unfortunately, it doesn't stop the bleeding. It more just slows the bleeding, this one. As we take a look at CS for a second, yeah, Gwen is nearly 30 CS over the Jax. Our junglers are identical CS. Ryze is 10 over Ahri. Unfortunately, Artemis is 20 over Violet as well. Sups, CS doesn't really matter at all for the Sups. As we get a dive in mid here, right on the Violet again. Like, the target selection coming out of GAM is just excellent. You know, all five of them are there. They down the turret as the same time as they kill Violet. We're just not there to respond at all. Jimmyan's going to go down here as well. This one feels like a bad loss for the Chiefs. That hurt. It really, really did. Unfortunately, we've definitely had more competitive games than this. This one feels like one of those games where it hurts to watch, as you know, you'd feel quite safe. There's three of you under a turret, but five of GAM show up coming around from behind. Levi dives onto Violet, the turret goes down. It's, you know, suddenly 3v5 in your mid lane with no turret. Ares gets ahead of Jimmyan here, gets the root off onto Jimmyan. It pops the ult, flash, the works, and still goes down. That really, really hurts the Ahri there. As we go to a tech pause, there's probably a bug or a technical issue. It looks like he might be trying to report a bug here. As we'll turn the volume back on and see if we can't get anything out of the broadcast.
I mean, not Arias.
A summoner has disconnected.
Oh, we're hearing summoner disconnected.
Yeah, I mean, typically, if the stream looks like that, you probably got some issue with the internet. Hopefully get that sorted out and get back in the game. But
someone rage quit.
As you said in Champ Select, the one caveat here for the Chiefs is no longer can the side of GAM pick up Gwen, Nocturne, Ryze, Callista, or Nico ahead in the series. So 5 massive champions to now be gone from the draft. The one problem, of course, is now you don't have the option for Ahri for Jimmyan, who already he found a solo kill this game. He has ultimately played reasonably well. It has been the macro game that's letting him down.
Yeah, macro for sure.
In any of their lanes.
No, none.
Having just free will to do whatever he wants, where he wants, when he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just the derail that the level 3 gank caused from Husha. Because if he's given free.
How have you been, Logan? I've been good. I've been busy. I've been stuck in my own head, unfortunately. You know, unfortunately, I feel like this is a record on repeat, because I think I said this the last time you were here specifically. It doesn't feel like I have any friends in Melbourne. It feels like I'm being excluded from anything and everything that could possibly be. So that sucks. But otherwise, playing tons of Magic. Emily and I are very, very happy. Work's looking good. yeah, mixed results. Oh, there's Luon stuffs up the Hex Splash over the wall. Oh, he's just trying to be like Elio. Just trying to be like Elio as we... oh, boy. Yeah, shit, I'm sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is. It just has me questioning myself quite a lot. I thought I was a decent, friendly kind of guy. And I thought maybe people might want to invite me to things. I've been loving all the Magic stuff that's been coming out. Oh, 100%. 100%. There's so much good quality Australian Magic the Gathering content as well, right? Like, so Raise the Standard, which is Kira and her co-host doing... you know, standard format crowd. That's a podcast. As a fight breaks out, Levi in the back line, Jimmy's just dead. Unfortunately, Chiefs focused a clone here. Not much Husha can do. Violet was trying to poke in the back lines. Kiaya is just too strong. Melts Violet.
Blue team double kill.
It just feels bad. Chiefs are able to get one back. As, yeah, GAM are just going to go ahead and do the Baron. Unopposed, uncontested. You know, Chiefs have one. Bio's trying to defend top lane against Ares, and they're just going to take a quick reset, spend all that gold, and come back out on another Rift. As, yeah, the charm onto Elio is beautiful. Artemis saves Elio. Elio pop blossoms one, being Luon, and goes down. But unfortunately, it's a big not worth as Kiaya just eats Violet alive. One thing that is kind of crazy too, if you look at all the summoners, right? So Bio has Flash and Teleport. Kiaya has Ignite and Teleport. So no Flash, no Ghost, just Ignite, Teleport. Everyone else has some pretty fairly standard stuff. But that's very unusual, as GAM also pick up yet another Drake. So GAM have two Drakes, as Husha thinks he's found an angle. W's the Elio Pop Blossom. As Elio is being really cheeky with it, kind of like stutter stepping the whole Chiefs team. I'm glad that the Chiefs tried, but like, damn. Luon Hex flashing out of the brush to get away because GAM are pressuring bot lane so heavily. Look at the minimap. It's got a white square on the minimap. Pardon me. It's just been fixed. But there was like a white square on the minimap right there, right then. Yeah, GAM's pressure is just too crazy right now. Now it's like, it's 12,000 gold at 30 minutes. So now it's wallet diff. Like, unfortunately, I don't think the Chiefs are taking this one home. I know some people would have been saying that a lot earlier. I'd like to give them the benefit of the doubt and wait as Jimmy gets a charm onto Elio on the clone. Bio did just try and flank them. Unfortunately, that was answered by Elio's Pop Blossom as the Chiefs are on the run. We've got Ares in the back lines there. We've got Kiaya coming in to just, yeah, absolutely shred everyone as the needlework really put some damage down. Hoosh is going to die there in the back end of the fight as GAM get really aggressive. Violet is CC'd. Elio gets the root off. Artemis is just pushing forward. Nothing Chiefs can do here. Artemis cops a stun from Bio and just returns the damage in kind as GAM march down the Nexus turrets, and that is all she wrote. GAM have destroyed the Nexus and take game one. Oof, GG. Yeah, not wrong. Not wrong. It's great too, because like I really enjoy like watching these games and playing League myself, and then yeah, you just, I mean, it's hard to compare, right? Like Kiaya 5,000 damage, Jungler's match damage, Jinian out damage Artemis, but the massive damage difference comes through in the bot lane here. 3.3 diff between bots, 5k between subs as well. And even then, even the damage diff, it was definitely team diff. GAM were pressuring across the map proactively as a team, whereas Chiefs were sort of responding as individuals. That sucks to hear, dude. Man, I see stream more people. Also, thanks for your help around the tickets at IM. I'm sad I didn't get to see you there. That whole weekend was a lot. You're more than welcome, Elliot. You're more than welcome. I don't know. I say this a lot. I may not be at everyone's streams. I may not be at everyone's events, but I am in everyone's corner. Like, I will always try and help. I will always try and help. Like, if you watch the creator dashboard with the interview with Jury, where I was talking about like pitching brands, etc., and I'm sure you don't need it because you work with a lot of great brands as well. I said I've got an email template that like I'm more than happy to send out, if for no other reason than using it as a comparative reference. I've had 4 people reach out and be like, hey, send me that email template, and I'll send it to them straight away. I don't mind helping. I don't mind sharing. Like, I don't expect that help or sharing in kind. You know what I mean? I just. What is it? What's that saying? It's a rising tide raises all ships, and if I can help be that rising tide and raise the ships up, then why the fuck not, man? I don't lose anything. Sucks to hear, dude. Massive it's stream, more people are in general. Like, and that's part of the problem. Cutie as well, and I know you're like, what? That's part of the problem, right? Is that I feel like I don't let myself be friends with people either, if that makes sense, right? It's not that I don't want to be friends with people, it's not that I'm not friendly with people. Like, I am very friendly with people and I do want to be friends with people. It's just because I am a content creator and that's how I've met a lot of these people, and I'm very aware of what parasocial relationships are. I'm very careful. I'm very careful that I don't call someone a friend or that I don't overstep my boundaries, because I don't want to be that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be that guy that's like overstepping those boundaries unintentionally or intentionally. So I'm very, I guess, guarded, and I'm very, very wary, and I'm slow to call people friends now. Like, I almost think it's to the point where I struggle to call people friends because I don't want to be that parasocial relationship, because I'm abundantly aware of it. There's that initial caution. Absolutely there is. There's an abundance of initial caution. Yeah, but I think it's important to talk about, right? Because like, it's not the biggest challenge. It's not, oh, woe is me, or oh, streaming is so difficult. I'm not saying that for a moment. All I'm saying is that that is an element of the difficulty or complication that comes with starting, developing, maintaining even friendship level relationships from a streaming sort of content creator perspective, you know? No, I get that completely. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, Mythic Shop update. Ooh. Oh, also, alright. Okay, I'm sure you nerds know. How the fuck do I get more Mythic Essence? Like, there's gotta be a better way. Because right now, I've got like 35. Wait, can I bring up League of Legends? There's like, I need more. The past? Yeah, I've got that. I'm not a streamer that made friends through it, but it was a bit short-lived. I'm keen for the next LCP. Have it locked to my calendar so I don't forget. Oh! Oh, did you see my teaser? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Let me show you my teaser then. Plus a teaser, more this is the flyer. I think this is it. Hey, Elliot, look. My wife did that. Elliot, my wife did that. Emily did that. Yee. So that's the new flyer. That's the new pamphlet. Just need to amend one or two things, and then it's ready to publish and print. Emily talented. Emily very talented. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, so it's got everything: cost, what, when, where, dress code, food, drinks. There's now a new menu as well. There's a new menu, so that's really, really good. Yeah, seating, access, security, etc. with the same map. And Emily has just changed it around to be representative of Split 2 with the new like Lotus Blossom kind of stuff. So while we wait, we'll just fire up League of Legends. We're not going to play a game. I can't squeeze anything in like 4 minutes. But there's some really cool stuff in the Mythic Essence. What? My honor level dropped? I haven't played League in ages. What? You can raise it again by coordinating with teammates or receiving honor votes? Why'd my honor drop? So did mine? Yeah. I think it's bugged. Yeah, what the fuck? I literally don't abuse people. Like, it said I was level 2, but I was level 4. I'm level 5. What the fuck is it? Anyway, before we get into that, this is what gotta stop being so toxic. Oh, I know. You know, I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm like, what is the most toxic thing that I say and or do? And I was like, oh, let's open this up. And I was like, go back to norms. ISR, drone ward, 150 orange essence. That's as toxic as I get. I will say, go back to norms. Like, oh. Okay, so Mythic Shop. I have chat muted. That is a good decision. Do I want this? Not really. I'm not very worried about that. This, where is it? Where is it? Don't tell me it's already rotated out. What? I could have sworn it was still here. Oh, well, I don't want any of these. Oh, it rotated out like 9 hours ago. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm waiting for the Sarah Prestige to roll back in. Yeah. No, last week was really, really good. Oh, man. Last week had some really cool fucking skins in it. I can't remember what they were. Look at the weekly, maybe there. No. Weekly is garbage. It was the fortnightly. I've already got... I don't have Prestige. I have Porcelain Lux. Don't care about any of these champions except maybe Lux, but not enough to spend 150 Mythic Essence. Zyra would look amazing. But my point is, like, how the fuck do I get more Mythic Essence, like, outside of the Battle Pass, right? Like, I don't want to buy it, obviously, but, you know, you probably have to buy it. Used to get it with Prime, yeah. I used to have that Prime thing where, like, I was subscribed to Prime and every month you'd get, like, a pack or whatever it was of stuff. Because, like, you can't even, like, buy RP to then, like, buy Mythic Essence. I have the Zyra, it's a nice skin. Oof. I do not doubt it. I do not doubt that that is a nice skin. Do I have any sparks? I have no sparks. So what you could do, right, you can do this. You can buy sparks with RP, and your sparks can give you Mythic Essence. But that's about all the luck, right? Like, Pike got the skin on the second go. What, the Mordekaiser skin? Are you serious? That's fucking goated. That's goated. Oh, I'm jealous. Alright, I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to visit Emily. We've got like a minute and a half left. Are the Garma skins worth it? No, God no. I don't care what anyone says. Stop looking after the Jinx one coming out. I don't care what anyone says. They're not worth it. I'm a league partner. I'm an LCP approved co-streamer. They're not fucking worth it. You pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a skin, a digital product, right? Let's be clear, a digital product that you do not own. That's one thing you need to remember about this stuff, is that you do not own these digital products. So you're paying 200, 300, 400, 500, whatever the maths works out to be, multiple hundreds of dollars to put a non-physical, call it a service because it's not a good, onto your champions. Like you're leasing it, you're renting it. It's a one-time lease, one-time rent because you don't own it. According to the letter of the law, you are effectively paying a one-time licensing fee to be able to use that. Not to be that girl, but I've changed my game message to be skin name Uwu and randoms have bought it for me. Seriously? Fuck. I would do that. I would do that. Like the Morgana skin that's coming, holy fucking shit. Honestly, it looks phenomenal. I want the Zara, I want the Aurelia, I want the Lux, the new Spirit Blossom skins. They look phenomenal. But are the Garma skins worth it? Fine, 0 LP? No. In my God's honest opinion, no. They're just way too much for something that you literally do not own. Morg has some gay hold over me. I think we all have something that has a gay hold over us. Like I don't know. Does that mean I'm bi? I don't know. But and I can't tell you what like has a gay hold over me right now, but like it doesn't surprise me. There are some things that just valid. Oh shit, hey, find it. Oh, I thought it was fine 0 LP. That's so funny about the skin, Woman Aura. Like, have you seen women? I just, like, have you seen women? That's my response when people are like, women. And I'm like, have you seen one? Have you ever laid eyes on a woman? Like, why do I feel like I recognize like Findo? I wasn't saying it negatively. No. I know you're not. In the context of what's being said there, I get that you're not saying anything negative about women. If anything, I'm more agreeing with you, going, have you seen women? Like, you know what I mean? It's fucked. Anyway, we're in Picks and Bans. We can come back to this after Picks and Bans, because Picks and Bans is my favorite part of the game, honestly. And I don't even know why, and I can't even explain it the best out of anyone. I'm not a professional caster, I'm not a professional host. I would love to be. Shout out Melbourne League of Legends if there's any fucking, league things happening. As we get 3 bans out of the Chiefs. So the Chiefs have targeted a little bit of the top lane there with the Jace ban. Jace is still very meta for top lane. Even though Riot has targeted Jace with a couple of little tweaks, a couple of little nerfs. Lilia in the jungle. Lilia right now is one of the strongest junglers. Absolutely crazy hard. I think there's a Fortress event for League in a few months. There's the Grassroots Community event. And there's also the Red Bull announced the Valorant event coming up in June as well, which is really cool. Because ANZ creators are working with Red Bull Australia to host more esports gaming events. So I would love to get in on the League of Legends Red Bull gaming event happening at Fortress Melbourne in a few months. I would love to get in on that. As Chiefs have a very tanky jungler, but it's also been answered by another tanky jungler with Skarner. So Chiefs have Sejuani, GAM have Skarner. Now, I dread seeing a Skarner in Pro League games. Like, I want to see the Skarner win rate, because honestly, I feel like it's just broken good. They need to do something in Brisbane. I want to play at LAN. Yeah, because they've got Fortress Sydney, they've got Fortress Melbourne. I don't really know what is actually up in Brisbane. I don't really know what's up in Brisbane for like esports, so to speak. I know Pike does like the QUT stuff. So I feel like it's all sort of collegiate level, but there's no sort of like public or commercial. We have nothing. There's nothing in Briz except Bliss HQ. That's about to die. The QUT stuff. Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like the community needs to do something, which is really, really hard to do, right? Because like, imagine trying to be 100 people, trying to wrangle 100 people into one location at one time to do an event. It's just mental. As we see yet another Sion, Zinzao, Vi, and Rel ban come out of GAM. I don't even feel like Rel's the best support to pair with Kai'Sa, so I feel like Rel is either a meta level ban or Rel is a Luon respect ban at this point. I'm gonna say it's a respect ban because I want to say it's nice that GAM is still like, actually we need to ban that, that's their best champ. Rel Kai'Sa is a really strong combo. Is it? Okay, alright. Because like, again, like up there with Naught. Cool, because I have been playing a little bit more of Rel. Because a lot of my knowledge and experiences from watching Pro League and seeing Rel picked with MF day in, day out. If you see an MF AD come down, you ban Rel. Because Rel is gonna, you know, crash down, Magnet Storm, stun, like, you're stuck. MF Rel is a good combo, yeah. I feel like Alistair could work on Chiefs here. Hello, my love. What's going on? Are you good? What's up? Ooh. Yeah, nice. Coffee and chocolate? Yeah, just like 2 chocolates. That'd be lovely. Thank you. Leona, yeah! Well, Nautilus was played last game, so because of Fearless, they can't re-pick Naut. Leona, I personally feel is good. Leo works too. Leo's like one of my favorite champs. Like, I first started playing on Lux and Sarah, and then I moved to Naut Leo, and I'm like a massive, massive fan of like Nautilus and Leona. Yeah, I didn't get to see last game. That's okay. So see down the... In fact, I shouldn't assume. So I'm going to say this to everyone, but down the very bottom there on the UI, the grayed out champs are champs that were picked last game, and because of Fearless can no longer be picked by anyone in the next and future games for this kind of series. Naut's my go-to when I don't think Enchanter will work. Oh yeah, I see it now, thanks. Yeah, of course, happy to help. It's so many, I didn't see it. Yeah, it's kind of small and subtle. As we see the full team picks here, Cassante top laner, Sejuani jungler, Yone mid, Kai'Sa Leo bot lane, into Rumble, Skarner, Corki, which is some massive poke, into Zyra Khan, the Lovers Duo. I haven't watched much Pro this year. Oh, Findo, I am a sucker for Pro League, hey. I try and... So, unfortunately, the LCK and the LPL tend to be on at the same time. And we, the LCP, also tend to compete with the LCK and the LPL for time. So when the LCP isn't on, I watch the LCK. I will generally try and catch the LCK, the LPL, the LCP, the LEC, and the LTA. Unfortunately, I can't really catch the LTA South and the LTA North, so it's more often than not the LTA North. I also try and catch the NLC, which is the LEC Tier 2, and I also try and catch the NACL, which is the LTA Tier 2. Raph, the most I've watched is following Lost Returns. Hey! I love catching some Lost Returns. So fucking good. Did you see the game in the lower bracket where game 1, they took like 6 fucking champs from Baus and they still beat them 2-0, like 3-0 in a best of 5. It was so good. I loved it. Caedrel's reaction. Caedrel was like, oh, it's finally happened. It's finally happened. They've like targeted Baus. And yeah, they still lost 3-0. Yeah, you can't ban the man out. Yeah, it was really impressive actually. Cause like Baus, you know, you watch Baus's TikToks and short form content and stuff. And Baus is like, I can't be arsed learning these champions. I don't want to learn new champions, rah, rah, rah. Like, he famously played Renekton in a pro game, and he'd never played Renekton before and was reading the fucking tooltips as he was running onto the Rift. and like won with it. Like, I don't know, man. He's pretty fucking good at League. Also, the rest of the team is so insane. You need to ban OPs from the others. That's elite. Yeah, well, exactly. Like, they went so hard on Bouse that every other lane was just like, great, we get our fucking comfort pick. Like, we get our best pick. Our lane is so free and easy. We're going to win. And that's exactly what happened. Like, all the pressure in the world was on Bouse, and Bouse was eating it up for days, and every other lane just won. All right, but I mean, he would be able to play any top lane just from learning the other side of the matchup. He's played against best Renekton's in the world. Yeah, and he's been learning Gangplank as well from like the best rank 1 NA or rank 1 LEC Gangplank. And learning like the Sheen proc trick too, which is really, really good. However, we are here right now in the LCP, the League of Legends Championship Pacific. And we are watching the Chiefs versus GAM in Game 2. And we are currently looking at bot lane. And now we're looking at top lane, where Bio currently has a small health lead over Kiaya. Kiaya does have a pot down as Kiaya tries to burn Cassante. But Bio's having none of that. I feel like Bio might be in his happy place on like a Cassante. Come on, Chiefs. I'd love to see Chiefs win like a matchup, like a best of 3. I'd love to see them win 2-1 kind of thing. Bot lane, the Chiefs are actually at a disadvantage here. Burnt a pot on our AD. And we've got no poke down on Artemis and Elio, which is unfortunate. Oh, as with Luon goes in just on the level 3. Trade goes in favor of the Chiefs though, so that's not too shabby. The trading power of Leona, I think, is very, very strong. I personally also feel like Rakan is a good pick into Leona though, so long as the Leona isn't engaging on Rakan. You want to be able to have your Rakan free to Q Leona's Zenith Blade. Like where Leona lands, you want to be able to queue up under that to get your team out and away from it. Really good engage and disengage tool, I personally think. And I've been playing a lot of Rakan lately too to get some practice to learn Rakan. And honestly, fun. I've been spamming ARAMs because like for the first time ever I've hit Silver and I haven't been wanting to, as we see Elio go in on Luon, and now, oh, some good trading back there actually. Violet onto, as Jimmy might just die here if Ares flashes forward for this. Jimmy doing well to keep up on CS, so it's 28 to 34. I too have not played a game of rank since I hit Silver. Yeah. So I've been spamming Norms and ARAM. I've been spamming Norms and ARAMs. I try and hold my ranked games for when my friend Rich is on. Because like my friend Rich and I, we have like a 75-80% win rate when the two of us bot lane duo. Thank you. Thank you very much. Kiss, kiss. No. You're good. You're good. Okay. Love you. Bye. Enjoy Oblivion. Yeah. June. Stupid service. Love you. Bye. You're also freaking cute. Yeah. She do be. She do be. Pusha shows in mid just to let Ares know not to go in on Jimmy, and is free to farm that CS as both mid laners. Pardon me. Recall to base. Bit of a reset, and we've got a bit of a lane swap as well. It's 5.5 minutes, so the grubs aren't up for another 2.5 minutes. But it's good that the top laners are the bot lane has rotated to top to establish themselves in that lane now. Lurk sounds good, Elliot. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Well, I appreciate it. All right, Husha getting on the Drake nice and early, like pretty much straight away. The problem here, Ti has ult straight away. Kiaya pushes Husha away as Bio shows up. But this has delayed them long enough that GAM are now turning up. That was really bad, in my opinion. Yeah, GAM steal Drake. GAM kill Husha. Levi goes down for it. 1-for-1 in a Drake. That was bad. Chiefs took forever to come down to this Drake too. We've got grubs up in about a minute's time. So reset, get back out onto the map. Get ready for those grubs. I'm going to a replay here. Right, so Husha and Bio. So the replay should have started from when Kiaya came along, altered, and forced Husha out of the pit, right? But the problem is, I think there was miscommunication, because Bio was coming and Husha was there, and that was it. And I personally feel like the two of them could have taken Kiaya. And this would have been a very different fight. Chiefs are late to the fight. So we give the Drake over in a smite fight, and we get 1 kill back. So it's 1-for-1, but now we're down a Drake as well. I just think we could have played that better. Elio just walks up. We're just chilling. Jimmy's running back to mid lane. 4 GAM are on grubs. So GAM have shown they're really prioritizing these grubs, as Chiefs are showing up as well. We've got, oh, Husha whiffs the Sejuani ult. Rumble ult goes down. Pretty much under 1. Husha goes down. Chiefs are starting to disengage. GAM chase them down. What more is there to say to that? That was just messy. We just gave over 3 kills. 3 grubs, 3 kills. Sometimes when I see when my teammates in like my low elo games do something, I'm like, what was that? And they reply, I don't know. Sorry Chiefs, but that was very much that moment. So Husha goes for an ult onto Kiaya, misses, still goes in on Levi, and then Levi ults, punishes, and they start to back away. Chiefs have to disengage and run as well, and then Luon gets caught up, and Kiaya just stands there with the flamethrower, being like, come in and save Luon, like, you won't, and we don't. Luon's hex flashing. Okay. So like, I wonder where Rakan's like best to pick into, you know, like, because I feel like I should play a lot of Rakan. I just don't know like what champs. Oh, as we get a fight breakout in bot, but Elio is quick to get away. Artemis with dropping the laugh emote. The cheek of it. The cheek of it. It's nice to have a sit-stand desk. It really is nice to have a sit-stand. As Iris's poke is already doing so much work on Jimmy, and Elio just chilling in the shrubs here, being a menace, keeping Violet and Luon away. Kiaya here spots Husha on the ward, but it might be a little too late, as it's a 2v1. Nice. We get the pick. Good pick. Good gank. But now we need to rotate to bottom real quick, as 4 GAM are rotating and Chiefs are out of there. Violet's running. Luon TP'd. Please don't go back in Violet. Please don't go back in Violet. We are going to lose a lot of gold on these plates though, that's for sure. Yeah, as Violet's just checking to make safe. We've lost nearly 2 turret plates now. G'day Sir Portalot, how you doing? Good to see ya. As GAM realised they've got the numbers in bot side, they got a couple of turret plates, and now they're going to move to the Drake and pick up their second for the game. I mean, they're killing this so quickly for so early in the game, and smite. Not even going to smite. Oh, Levi's smite on cooldown. Okay, fair enough. Jimmy went in and did nothing and went out. It's already a 2k gold diff at 12 minutes. Bio has picked himself up an early oh, why does the name escape me? I buy this every single game. Oh, it's the magic item. It gives you like 80 magic resist. It gives you like a multi-100 magic damage shield as well. It's basically the best magic resist. Canic Rookern, thank you. Man, I don't know why I just... Canic Rookern. It's literally the single strongest magic resistance item in the game. It gives you massive magic resist and a magic damage shield. So like, not only does it stop magic damage... Rookern, yeah. Because I remember Captain Flowers was talking about it when it first came out. He was like, man, that's really hard to say. As Elio just gets a ward down that spots Husha. So now GAM know where our jungler is. Ooh, Elio went in to engage, but what is Elio? Elio is tanky. So actually takes like no damage in return. Even though there was 2 waiting. Like, what, did Luon not want to engage? Probably saw the Skarner. Like, we just... Elio just dove in for nothing, for free. As Levi spots the ward out. So Violet knows Levi is there. Like, they haven't even got the turrets down and they're already roam. This isn't even our jungle anymore. This is GAM's jungle. This is crazy. Oh, Tazarian just pokes Jimmy in. Tazarian, damn, bang. GAM lining up. Thankfully, there is a ward there spotting Levi out, so Chiefs are aware that a very big starter is right around the corner. Ares takes poke. Don't forget, friends, if you prefer the YouTube viewing experience, I am live over on YouTube at the same time as I am live on Twitch. Take a look at the CS. 23 in favour of GAM top lane, 12 in favour of GAM jungle, 18 in favour of GAM mid, 20 in favour of GAM bot, and 5 in favour of Chiefs sup. Which leads to this 1.7, 1.8k gold lead in favour of GAM. As GAM are collapsing on the Rift Herald. They just got there first, they just prioritise it. Luon is face checking, Elio's here, fight's breaking out, Charm's down, Rakan doing some work. Jimmy's already dead, TP's coming in, Bio, Panther and Kiaya. Late TP's, Rift Herald's gone. Elio nearly died for a wall. Oh, flash for flash. Oh, with the cheeky laugh emote. Oh, I always feel like it's so BM when like you outplay and laugh at them. As we get a replay of this fight. So GAM are here, GAM are present, they have vision. Luon walks in, Elio walks in. Husha gets some poke. Elio gets the knock up, gets the charm onto like 3. Levi's Skarner gets the like R onto 3. There was just so much CC in there with the Rakan Charm, the Levi Skarner ult. Oh, that was just crazy. And Kiaya and Bio arrived once the fighting was done. Yep, GAM are going to get first turret too. GAM get the Feet of Warfare again, so they get the upgraded boots. Generally, the upgraded boots tends to offer a little bit of extra armor, a little bit of extra armor pen, a little bit of extra magic resist depending on what kind of boot you go, and a little bit extra of move speed. It's only, I think, like 5 move speed, which may not seem like a lot, but sometimes that can make all the difference, especially over longer distances. As GAM first to the Drake as well, where Chiefs are posturing top to try and get a turret. So we're trading that for a Drake, and that puts GAM on sole point as Kiaya is defending, and Levi's top as well. Disaster for the Chiefs. We're not even going to get the 1. Oh, did well to get the 1, but we got punished very, very heavily, very badly for that. Yeah, we lost 2 for 1. We didn't get the turret. We lost Drake. I feel like we just gave over so much tempo there, you know. So here we go. They know Kiaya is coming in. Pushes straight onto Kiaya. They get a lot of damage down. Pusha dies. Kiaya trying to sidestep as Levi's R holds Jimin in place. Free kill. Yeah, Levi's like, good times. Good times at the OK Corral. Rift Herald is down in mid. GAM are going to crack this one wide open. They'll get a charge out of it. Maybe a second charge onto the second tier 2? No? Alright, they're just letting this one go. It's kind of crazy. I'm surprised actually, because there's no other objectives. I feel like they could have ridden that wave and pushed for more on that one. Elio with a cheeky QE there. Alright, we're back on top lane. We're determined to get this turret. We've got... Chiefs have got 2. With Luon TPing. GAM let us get the turret. In return, GAM aren't doing too much. Levi is absolutely destroying Violet. That was actually kind of crazy to see. Merc treads Heartsteel and like gets Violet, the Kai'Sa, 1 item Kraken Slayer Kai'Sa, down to like 15%. As we see it engage, Luon onto Levi. Levi's punished for overstaying. That's what that was. Elio just got 20 million light years away in the blink of an eye. It was nice to get that kill over to Violet though. So like kills wise, it's not too bad. I feel like Bio has Kiaya's number in the laning. Merc, so like Bio is like full AP, building like magic resist, like MR. So Canic Rookern, Merc treads, which, I mean, the MR, oh, he's probably going to stop building MR there because the only AP on GAM's side is literally, pardon me, Rumble. Because Corki and Zaya are both AD. As they sweep for wards around, oh, they're straight onto it, okay? They just, so GAM's doing Atakan. And the Chiefs, no. The Chiefs, no. They did have a ward there that had to be swept away. As we're seeing the Chiefs TP, we're seeing GAM TP. Luon gets in. Luon, I think, missed with almost everything because Ara's flashed as well. Levi's on his own, tanking the world. Chiefs are actually kind of winning this one. 2 GAM are dead, no Chiefs dead. Chiefs get the Atakan as well. Okay, Chiefs get the heist. Good shit. We get to see Brendan happy, Poltron happy. Alright, yeah, there's the Chiefs we want to see. The spirit of the Chiefs lives on. Jimmy and Shield just stops all the damage from RS, so that's good. We get a replay. Okay, so Luon engages. Keep your eye on Luon down here. Flash, miss the stun, miss the ult. So unfortunately Luon provided no value. Got a flash out of RS. Levi goes in, misses with his R because he gets a flash out. So Levi goes down. Kiaya goes down because Bio drags him back as well, leaving Atakan for the Chiefs to clean up. So not bad. It doesn't win the game for us. We're still 2k down. We're still 2 turrets down. We've got no grubs, but it definitely helps, I don't know, bring them back in line, if you will. Ara's just trying to poke around down here, trying to protect his ward. There's a fight breaks out, and Violet's just dead. Violet just got caught out. Elio and, yeah, Zyra Khan just... there goes Sol. Unfortunately, Sol. Jeebers. Chiefs, yeah, Chiefs aren't even going to contest it. Oh, we see Husha making his way up to the pit. But, yeah, he's a little too late. Mountain Dragon Soul. So Mountain Dragon Soul, for those of you who don't know, means that GAM just got a lot tankier. A lot tankier than they already are. And they have Rumble and Skarner, who are massive tanks already. You've got Rakan, Elio, who's built tanky too. So this is going to help Elio get in and engage and get out and live more often, right? As Bio drags Levi under the turret, Husha gets the ult onto Levi as well. Levi R's onto 3! It's not going to save him, but damn! It's good to see the Chiefs punishing GAM. I think GAM might be a little bit too cocky, and the Chiefs are punishing their mistakes, which is nice to see. We get a replay here. Yeah, so Bio's against the world there with 2, and then drags Levi, and Husha is super quick to respond with his ultimate. I am surprised GAM didn't turn around and poke a little, but obviously they're pros and they know a bit better than me. As we see Bio's Cassante with the Iceborne Gauntlets too. Elio gets a cheeky ward down, so they've got full vision of Bio right now. They know exactly where he's going. Luon does a little bit of ward clearing. Brings Bio's Cassante back down. Bit of a fight breaking out around the Baron pit. Artemis, Elio, Levi in the area. That's Zyra, Rakan, Skarner. It's a pretty lethal combo. Those 3 champs right there. Jimmy and over the wall, keen to get some action. Elio nearly gets the E. Just dancing around in the jungle. Baron is up, so it's a contest for vision right now. Let's take a moment to have a look at items. Chiefs have 2, 3 on Violet. Okay, that's huge. Oh, but 3 on Artemis as well. So both ADs have 3 items. Everyone else has 2. Actually, Levi's Skarner doesn't even have 2. Levi's Skarner is behind. Interesting. Right now, so you're probably wondering, oh, what are they doing? Why aren't they fighting? They're posturing around Baron. They're trying to compete for vision, right? Vision is all important, so you know when one team or the other has started the Baron, so you can then react. So Husha is currently helping clear the mid-wave, because if you have a mid-wave marching toward your base, that means the other team has prio. They are, yeah, they were aware of Levi on the ward, but two dead instantly. I don't even. That's crazy. They were on a ward. We knew they were there, and now it's a free Baron. So our jungler and our support are dead. So we've got an AD mid and up top. We have 2. They have 4, 5. Your chat's so quiet. I can hear viewers snoring. That's cool. I'm going to deny that message. Thank you, bot. And that's a Baron over to GAM. 3 and a Baron. Okay, so here we go, right? So Chiefs have vision. They know Levi's here. So how's this happen? Oh, okay, Rakan gets a charm. Levi gets the R. They absolutely nuke them into oblivion. That's just... Oh. Bots are wild in these days. Oh yeah, they're everywhere all the time. It is what it is. GAM posturing heavily bot side, getting vision down in the jungle. Chiefs are literally being forced out of their own jungle right now as GAM just march on the bot tier 2 turret, getting some, I wouldn't say much needed gold, because they're actually very well off as GAM siege the bot tier 3 with this Baron buff. The all-important cannon minions, 2 of them are just sitting there plugging away at this turret as it goes down. And Rakan gets in, gets a charm onto 3, like a knock up a charm. Kiai flashes forward. Bio trying to tank the world here. GAM just keep relentlessly marching forward. Bio dead too. Not tanky enough to survive against 5 of GAM. Jimmy trying to get some poke back, but GAM are just looking to end right here. Elio so tanky, drags Luon into the back lines with him. Jimmy goes down to the oppressive poke. Artemis is dancing around Violet. Violet gets one back onto Artemis! Let's go! Artemis is like, no! As Violet is trying to do his absolute best and watches the Nexus go down. That is unfortunate. That is the result we expected, 2-0. But it is unfortunate. There were some signs. There were some signs. Just not big enough. Just not big enough. Would have been fantastic to see the Chiefs come away with a bit more to talk about. It would have been wonderful to see the Chiefs 2-1 that. As we go over to the casters now to hear their post-game analysis as GAM, the victors, well-deserved victors of this one.
Ultimately, a few hiccups there in the second game, but ultimately they put themselves in such an advantage early game that they afforded a few hiccups. They got themselves a clean sweep when it comes to those Dragon Souls, and that was off the back of Kaya, putting up a defense there, 1v2 for the most part.
Yeah, nice.
Throws out the equalizer, forces Hushi to come all the way around, and by that time, Levy and Arias was able to come join.
Levy. Isn't it Levi?
They got themselves off to a 3-1 lead. It was something like a 6k gold lead at one point. Chiefs fight back, but unfortunately, it was too insurmountable. The Mountain Soul makes it too hard. But again, in review, I think GAM are going to have to look at this Artican. Not only them, every single team in the league, but this Artican's becoming a problem. It's too consistent that this objective is completely throwing the game. And once again, unfortunately, it did happen here.
I think they just definitely overestimated their state in the game. We've seen teams take it pretty much off spawn, but by that stage of the game, ahead, it was completely irrelevant whether they took it or not.
GAM fans, very nice.
But yeah, no, GAM definitely weren't as far ahead as they potentially thought. Chiefs were definitely in a position where they could take team fights. Yeah, look, I want to believe in the ANZ dream. I want to believe that the Chiefs have stock in this competition. But mistakes like that are ones that you cannot make if you want to, at this stage in the competition,
it's
avoid
true.
relegation, because that is becoming an ever-present problem for them.
Yeah, I mean, not at risk for this split.
No,
of course,
if this continues, it will be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Husha with a pretty uncharacteristic misses there on the Sejuani. And again, this is
Yeah,
the
Husha
beginning
absolutely
of the
whiffed
game
his
style that I was
ultimate.
scared of, is the Rumble paired with the Skarner. It's so easy if you ever land that Skarner ult to just drag people on top of the equalizer.
Yeah,
Pretty much just
yeah.
to death. Ari's gonna be
Watching League
picking
makes
up
me want to
really
play.
quick
Me and
on
Corker
that
smashed
side.
out some
Playing
ranked
safe
earlier.
on
How'd you
the
do?
He did die solo in the first game,